Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Tagged, proudly recorded on Wurundjeri country here in Naarm. I am Sarah Hosking and I am joined by our lovely Ruby. How are we going, Rubes?
I'm good, mate. How are you going?
Yeah, very good. We are back better than ever, if not at least better than last week.
Our eyes look clear. They're not bloodshot. We have energy in our voice. Our voices aren't, they're still croaky because that's such naturally, but we're just a better version.
Aren't we? Well, speaking of the week, it has been a huge week. Not football for us, but it has been a huge week off field. So I'm going to crack right in and hit Mad Monday. So tell me about Collingwood's Mad Monday after you got knocked out of potentially playing finals by the Mighty Tigers.
Thank you for bringing that up, Sarah. It has been a big week off field. Well, technically, we actually haven't had our Mad Monday per se, but we were on the pitch on Monday. So our Mad Monday is planned for early December because we were like
finals
wishful thinking, hoping we're going to be in the grand final. I'm like, ooh, hurts. But no, and it's a surprise. So one of our girls is planning that. A lot of the girls don't know about it yet, so there won't be any spilled secrets. And hopefully you won't be seeing it on the socials if we're a good team like that. But but we were out on Sunday, as we know, both myself and yourself. And then the following Monday, we had to back it up. So we went to College Lawn in St Kilda, and it was it was great. And I think it was like 31 degrees. The sun was out. So no matter how hungover you are, you always feel like you can back it up when the sun's out. But it was probably the best thing to happen at College Lawn was Nell Morris-Dalton, who is our forward, our leading goal kicker this year. Her career rejuvenated coming to the Pies this year from the Doggies. She's been incredible and such an addition to the team on field and off field. Basically, one of our coaches bought a tray, or it was 3 trays of espresso martinis for everyone, right? So think
about 15 on each, nearly.
They were, I think, $23 each. Yeah. Okay, so you're getting, I reckon there was 25 of us there.
And coach is not on a huge pay packet.
No, this is an assistant coach, so they definitely are not. They're not full time. So I'm thinking this is getting up to $500, $600, right? Anyway, Nell has gone over to one of the trays. There's 3 trays. She's gone over to one of the trays, gone to pick it up to hand it around, and you just see it happen from miles away. So she picks it up and one falls, right? We're about 4 or 5 hours in here. One falls over the side. She goes with one hand that's supporting the tray to try save that one. So obviously the other 9 fall. No. And she just watches it all happen in front of her. The glasses smash everywhere in the beer garden. It's like $300 of espresso martinis all over the place. And she just puts her hands on her head and just goes, I hate that person. So one of the girls, we've got a video. We've got a video of it. We'll try and put it into the vlog so that you can see it. But you literally see she's got her hands on her head, just looking down, going, I'm that person. And she came over to me. She goes, I hate that person that does that, and I've just become that person. She genuinely was like, I think I actually need to leave. I hate myself so much for doing that.
You'd consider it at least.
Dead set. What about you? Because you had your full-on Mad Monday, and you actually brought a special guest along with you.
I did. Well, for the listeners, I rolled out of our recording straight into Mad Monday. So, again, you imagine, you guys heard us, how bad we were.
Yeah.
I rolled straight in, but what I did do was I decided to bring my 12, 13-year-old dog on Mad Monday.
I didn't know he was that old.
Yeah, so he's a little Maltese bichon. He's severely overweight, doesn't walk very far. He's an absolute chiller. So my outfit, it was alter ego theme. My outfit, as we've discussed before about sugar daddies, my outfit was a MILF searching for a sugar daddy.
Perfect.
So I brought my little Louis Vuitton handbag, shoved my little puppy in there, and I brought my dog on Mad Monday.
I just love that, any sane, normal person, and your Mad Monday, you took a bus to Geelong, yeah?
Yes.
Any sane
we went
person,
down Geelong and back.
Yeah, any sane person would just get a toy dog, like a toy chihuahua from the op shop for $2 and put it in their bag. You brought your chill dog.
And I can tell you, he had the time of his life because he's old. He doesn't get out much. He can't walk very fast. So he just chilled all day. The girls were amazing. One of our young girls, Woodsy, she looked after him for most of the day. He was an absolute chiller. It was great.
But
he had the time of his life.
On the party bus.
Yeah, he was fine.
Did he stay in the bag? Was he walking around?
No. I didn't. I took him out of the bag.
Okay.
He sat on the seat. He just had a little nap. He played with the girls. He was fine.
Did he pee in any inconvenient places?
No, because we had a little pit stop. So
Did you pee in any inconvenient places?
Hey, got to say some Mad Monday stays there. I did not.
No, good. It's a disclosure.
Just disclosure. No, it was good fun. Ollie got through and he's an absolute trooper. He's almost rejuvenated and has a new life.
Oh, good on you, Ollie. Got another 13 years ahead of him.
Exactly. But before I give away too many secrets of Mad Monday, I'm going to jump into a little bit of footy talk.
Yep.
So I want to chat about Collingwood. Now, Steve, he's been a bloody awesome coach across the years. He's been there for how long?
5 seasons.
5 years. Yeah.
5 seasons, yeah.
Now, he's decided to part ways with Collingwood. I just want to chat about Steve because he's bloody awesome.
Yeah, no, it is really sad, and I guess when we found out, like, just the overwhelming feeling was like, oh, like we hope, just like, I guess sad. We were sad for Steve because, like, the one thing with Steve is he has been such a good man the entire way through, and like one thing you can never question is his love for us girls. Like he genuinely is. Like he thinks of us all as his daughters, you know, and he kind of has a saying, like, no matter who he's coached through his pathway, he's been a coach for 30 plus years back in South Australia and everything. And so his motto has always been like, if you've been coached by him, he's your coach for life. You can reach out to him whenever you need. Like he's on the blower and he's always happy to help, and that's the type of bloke he is. And I genuinely believe that, you know, when I go to Adelaide, no matter how long down the track it is or wherever he is, like I'll go for a coffee with him and sit down with him and have a yarn. But like he's just like the most caring bloke, and I think it was time for him, and he felt that because he's been away from his family for so long. His family are in South Australia, his wife Trudy and their 2 kids. And so that's so hard.
I didn't realise he was doing that. That's crazy.
So, like, how difficult's that? And I mean, it's really hard. And obviously you've got the support network of the club. I mean, if I think, like, you know, I'm away from my family and I'm so lucky that I've got the connection of the playing group. They're like my sisters. Family. And I guess, like, as coaches, like, you lean on the club as well, but you probably don't get to lean on it as much as a player does, because a player you get to you've got 30 sisters that you can be your complete selves around, and you can be away from the workplace in that as well. You know, it's like a sisterhood that you're not just teammates, you're best friends 100%. Away from football. And it'd be hard to have that as a coach as well. So it was, you know, we were his support network, but we were also his work. So you can imagine how hard that would have been. But he's been incredible. The way that he brought us from a bottom of the ladder team to finals,
it's phenomenal.
Like, he's been absolutely brilliant, and he is like where our club is at the moment. Obviously disappointing not making finals this year, which was our goal, but he's brought us to finals 4 of his 5 seasons after taking us from a wooden spoon, and he, hopefully, our success in the not so near future, he's played a big part in that. He's built this club massively.
Well, best of luck to him. But I like on that point is, like, when you get a new coach come along in part of the team, it almost, like, it's probably a really exciting phase then for Collingwood. Like, you look at it's obviously upsetting that you lose a coach and someone you absolutely adore and love.
Yeah.
But when you get someone new in, you probably, I mean, the boys have seen it. Craig McRae coming in. You look at Sydney in the AFLW at the moment with Scotty Gowans, like, virtually the same thing.
Yeah.
Wooden spooners, didn't win a game. And all of a sudden, they've just played their first final and won. But you look at, I have no doubt, I've had Scotty Gowans as a coach before, or an assistant coach. He is someone that just has an innate ability to bring a team together and make people feel welcome. And again, you look at what he's done and be able to develop this Sydney side. I'm excited because I guess, well, you should be, because that is hopefully that next phase for Collingwood as well.
Yeah.
Someone comes in, it rejuvenates, and hopefully it's like, take you guys to the next level.
Yeah, it is. I think it's it'll be like a sense of, like, it's an opportunity to completely refresh. And I guess, like, these players, like, we've got I mean, there's 4 of us that have been there from the very start. And so it's like you get this new opportunity to create a connection with someone new, and it's, they get to assess the club and assess the characters and go, what's going to be the best. So you hope the club will pick, the best person suited and probably take what our team, like our team is such a bag of licorice, all sorts. Like we literally, our personalities that we have dead set, like our team are the most bizarre set of characters. Yeah. You have people come in and go, how are you guys like actual friends? Because if it wasn't for the sporting environment, you probably would never cross paths, but it works and we're best buds. And so it's like you want a coach, which Steve did. He was so accepting and was able to bring all that together and love everyone for who they are. And you hope that we get a new coach in that's like, fresh eyes and sees it in a cool, exciting way and is going to drive us forward to hopefully have a premiership in the next few years.
Yeah, that's exciting. But on the football chat too, you go coaches parting ways, but then we've got players that are leaving the competition too.
That's right. We've got a few. I know you've got a list there, but a few
long list.
Yeah, long. We won't go through them all, but. I mean, it's pretty sad. We've got Sarah Perkins, a few that inaugural players, so like Jess Wushner, Sarah Perkins, these girls who exactly, who filled in for me the other week, who was brilliant. But it's I actually get so scared at the thought of life post footy, and I'm only 25, so I'm like, hopefully, I'm
nudging closer to that.
I know, I'm like a few more injuries, I reckon they might get rid of me, but it's a scary thought, the thought of being finished up and going, oh my God, like, what do you do? Like, you're so
part of football, or do you go completely rogue and go, you're out of football and go and have a different life?
Well, that's it. I know. But yeah, I mean, I guess if we talk about, say, Sarah Perkins, for instance, like, she was, I reckon, one of the first iconic figures of the AFLW for what she was able to do at Adelaide. Like, I just remember her kicking these unbelievable goals from 50 metres.
50 metres out.
Yeah, that not many other girls were able to do. Yeah. And I just think that's incredible. So it's really sad seeing these girls, and we've seen it the last few years, girls who have started and come along and that are now, exiting.
Now done.
And it's crazy.
One of the biggest ones, which has been in the media all week, is Erin Phillips.
Yes.
Now she, again, arguably one of the biggest names in the league. She's retiring this year, but it's been one of those conversations where she is, when I think of Erin Phillips, it's like she epitomises the elite athlete, in every way. The elite athlete, leader. Have
you seen her biceps?
Yeah, I know.
Her arms in general.
And not one year did they change. They were always, I've been through a few years where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm looking good this year. Next year,
yeah, exactly. No, but she's incredible. And her resume, right?
Yeah.
3-time premiership player, 2-time AFLW best and fairest winner, 3-time All-Australian, 2-time AFLW grand final best on ground. So it starts a conversation, and Nick Livingston spoke about it during the week when I think Erin was announced as she's going to be handing the cup over.
Yep.
Do you name the league best and fairest award after her? Now, there's 2 opinions. You give me yours first.
Are we talking this year? Do you name it this year after her, or at some stage? Yeah, right this year.
Well, once you name it, that's it. The league best and fairest. Once you name it, it's stick like the Brownlow. It's not changing. So are you calling the best player in the league, that award, the Phillips Medal?
I would roll if I ever had the chance to win it. That's a starting point. I believe in you. Yeah, well, I mean, if I won it and I accepted the Erin Phillips Award, I would be absolutely stoked. Like I said, I just roll out of what I see her and how she is epitomised as like elite, just every facet. Like she has the utmost respect from every single player in the league. I would be okay with it, and 100%. I think she deserves it. Why not? And I love that there can be players that have been in the game. I think at some stage it needs to be named after a player that has been in the AFLW, in my opinion. I think that would be great because you've seen it. It's been part of this whole 8 years and the infancy of the competition. And yes, I reckon she's a huge part of setting up how elite the competition has been and can be.
Absolutely. And I think that I completely agree with you, is I think that she is a no-brainer, and I agree. The Phillips Medal, it just sounds right to me. The other argument is
if Daisy it's Pearce. Not Erin Phillips, is it Daisy Pearce?
Exactly, and I guess what you said there is it needs to be part of the AFLW and what's been done in the AFLW, which I agree with. Doesn't take away from what Daisy has done for the game, which is incredible. She is partly the reason why we are where we are to begin with. Because how many has she won for the VFLW best and fairest? Like 11 or something? Or 8?
Stupidly.
Like, I don't know, somewhere between them.
In the same calibre.
Yeah, absolutely. Just pre-AFLW. But I think, that's is it the Pierce medal? And that's what people will argue. But I think with Erin, she is one of the reasons we got so many viewers and people coming to games in those early years, because they would come to watch Erin Phillips play.
Yeah.
And I know for me, like, I go, what do I think of in those early years? Even as a player, I go, Erin Phillips dominated.
Yeah.
So I think she is huge, and I think it has to be done.
Agreed.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
All right, Rebs, I heard something during the week. I watched a little bit and heard a few things. Laura Henshaw from Keep It Clean. Have you heard it?
Yep, she does a podcast with Steph Claire Smith.
Yes. Now, the girls were talking about during the week how often she washes her bra. Now, she said maybe once a month, I reckon. Now, okay, from your face already, I can tell you. A little bit disgusted?
Look, I'm a big sports bra girl.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I'm wearing
sports bra every day.
And to be fair, if I'm wearing a sports bra one day and I don't work out in it, I'm probably going to wear it until I do work out in it, and then sweat and then wash it. So once I do a workout in it, then it'll go in the wash. But a regular bra, I started to lean away from them. I probably don't have big enough boobs that I have to wear a bra all the time, but I'm a regular bra. It can go a few washes. A month might be a bit ambitious. I'd be like, it depends how often you're wearing this thing.
I love a bra, like outside the sports bra. Agreed. Sports bra every day. If it's typically sweating when you're exercising, whatever.
Yeah.
That'll get a wash every day. A nice little lacy bra or something. I don't think it needs to be washed every day or every use, unless I'm outside in the sun, unless I'm bouncing around and I'm getting sweaty.
This was going to be my, like, what if you are, it's summer, you're out at the Oz Open, you've got some criminal sweaty underboob, you know, because that happens when you're in the sun. The sweaty underboob is a thing.
Yes.
Like,
it'd get a wash. It purely depends on what I'm doing. If I'm just like, going to dinner with friends and having sweat, no, it's fine. I'll wear it again tomorrow.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough.
Probably though, like every 2 weeks. I'll go somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Depends how much I've worn it.
I probably less like of the weekly, because I'm like, I might be lucky to wear a proper like bra that's not a sports bra maybe more than once a week. So I'm like, maybe every 3 wears if I'm not sweating up a storm in it.
But I do have to admit, I do give it a good sniff.
Oh, God.
No?
You're a sniffer.
I wouldn't, yes, just to make sure though.
Just to double check.
And then I definitely know.
You'd be one of those ones that's cleaning your room and like is smelling everything
I'm
off
like,
the floor to be like, that's been on the floor for 2 weeks. I better smell it to see if it still smells clean.
Yeah, look, shocked, guilty.
Yeah. Well, speaking about, and this is actually going to get me into trouble.
Okay.
But speaking of cleaning your room, what about your bed sheets? Because this is an argument as old as time. How often do you wash your bed sheets? Don't tell me. We'll do it on the countdown. But this is going to get me into trouble. I'm so sorry, Mum, if you're listening. Don't listen. You just taught me better than this.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. 2 months. Unless I do long distance with my boyfriend, unless he's coming over to visit, then I will treat him with fresh sheets. And if not, then too bad. I'm terrible. It's the effort of it.
Now that you said 2 months, I'm probably a little bit closer to that too.
Yeah, you liar.
There was a little bit of shame, and I'm like, she's going to judge me so hard if I say.
No, but it's so, like, I live in an apartment, right?
Yeah.
I don't have, like, on our balcony, we don't have, like, the clothesline or anything.
Yeah.
So you have to throw them in the bloody dryer.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I shrink them all the time and there's nowhere to hang them. So it's just an effort, man. And also I don't really see you fake tan, so this is disgusting.
I was just about to
I don't fake tan.
No,
you do.
If this is so like I say 2 months, but it purely depends on like if I've fake tan and I've got fake tan on the sheets, need a wash.
Have you had tansy?
What's tansy?
A tansy is one of those things. It's like a silk sleeping bag that you put in your bed that you sleep in.
No.
Yeah, no, apparently they're a thing.
Nah, that's claustrophobic.
Yeah, no,
way.
to be fair.
No way.
Yeah, I have terrible sleeps. If I ever do sleep in fake tan, it gives me like night terrors. Like I get...
Do you get paranoid of like whether you're going to smudge your fake tan, or is it just because you're hot and sweaty?
I'm like, I feel sticky and like I've got like, I don't know, like a... I don't know,
I get the
it's just not
feeling.
nice.
I've woken up before where I've like slept on the pillow, I've put fake tan on my face and I've dribbled.
Oh,
and
no.
you end up with this just big circle around. So I'm like, now I'm going to put some makeup
Have you
on.
ever done it where you've like been having a really day and you're bawling your eyes out, or?
No. Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
But my favourite part about the whole fake tan and bed sheet situation
It is a situation.
is when we travel. So when the whole team travels. Now, this is probably a whole nother topic for our whole tag podcast, is how many people actually fake tan before a game, because it's a full thing in AFLW.
Yeah.
I'd say at least 50% of every list before a game will tan. If you're travelling interstate, the poor cleaners at the hotel would walk into your room and see a murder scene. I know every single girl that does this, because we all turn around at the end of the night, all right, everyone's got a fake tan, who bought the mitts, who did this? It looks like a murder scene in the hotel rooms.
I know, we're so sorry. Who is it? Sofitel, Novotel, all the
Ibis,
tells.
bit of everything.
All
Yeah,
the
all the tells.
We are so sorry because, the girls, they do get into it. Hey, I want to move past this now that everyone knows that we are disgusting and talk about the new Robbie Williams doco. So
yes. You've seen it? Or
I've seen the first 2 episodes. Okay. And we spoke, I think, in the very first episode, if you want to go back and listen, about the Beckham doco. And
Islands in the sun.
That is what we are. But it's like, we loved it, right?
Yeah.
We love the Beckhams. Everyone loves the Beckhams. I feel like there's all these documentaries coming out now, and you watch them and you really, like, I know I love Victoria Beckham now because I watched it. I went, she's so likeable, and I never knew, because you just see the tabloids.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Media.
Now,
love media.
Yes, we love it. Robbie Williams. Okay, this is... I'm 2 episodes in. I love Robbie. Him at the AFL Grand Final for the Geelong Swans Grand Final. The best AFL Grand Final performance I have seen. He was incredible. Him singing Angels, it was like, I felt like I could cry. Like,
and his De Koning's in the air.
Yes, and he's an AFL fan now.
Yeah, 100%.
So I'm a Robbie fan. The first 2 episodes, it's so dark, and you see a real darkness in him, and which he openly talks about. But like, it's not the same as, like, say the Beckham doco, where I go, he's a really likable character right now. Like, I'm only 2 episodes in, but I'm like,
is it shifting you away from him?
A little bit. And like, it won't be enough. Like, I obviously still like
love him,
love his music, always will. But like, I go, and one thing that rings an alarm bell to me, I'm again only 2 episodes in, but there's no one else talking about him. It's only him being interviewed talking about himself. So, and the first 2 episodes, it's all these relationships that he's breaking up with his best friends and all this, and it'd be a hard life. So he's been thrusted into a boy band at 16, and he's, into this adult world, and he's got jealousy. He admits he's jealous of the leader of the boy band, and he talks shit about them at concerts, like all this sort of thing. So he sounds like quite a resentful person, and then he leads into drugs and alcohol to cope with it. So he goes to rehab. He's had it bloody tough. But I go, it's so bizarre. I go, why is no one else talking on him? Is it because he's pushed everyone away?
Well, it's those secondhand interviews that normally make those docos.
Exactly.
Because you're like, typically I feel like I get attached. It's like the Lewis Capaldi one, or Capaldi, however you pronounce his last. I watched that and I felt like I was his best friend by the end of it, and just wanted to give him a big hug. Yeah. But I haven't seen Robbie Williams' doco yet. But it's a great talking point.
Yeah, it's just one of those ones where I go, his best mate, who he made all of his music with, produced all his music. He's in the first 2 episodes heavily. They go travel, they make all their songs together. And then he's just He's just, they're split up, and that's the point that I'm up to. But there's no, I haven't seen him talk about him yet.
We watch the rest of it.
We'll watch the rest of it. We'll come back
week.
because if then Guy comes into it, then I look like a bit of a. But
no, but it's how they paint the picture though. I feel like it's always. Have you seen the Taylor Swift one or early days?
No,
you're not a Taylor Swift fan.
I'm not a big Swiftie.
I'm not a big Swiftie either. I only saw
Eva.
Sarah still. Second week hangover.
She's not Eva. But yeah, the Swiftie one.
The Swiftie one. I remember watching it at the start. Like, this is the ages ago one.
Yeah.
And it was talking about, remember when Kanye did the whole, like, got up on stage and walked away? And I did. I felt a bit sorry for her at the time because you saw what she went through, and we talk about the media and how it, like, hypes up and it really singles out. It really makes someone and damages them.
Yeah.
And it did. Like, you imagine her hiding away for 2 years and everyone hating on her.
Yeah, that dead.
But I wonder if it's the same thing with Robbie Williams.
Yeah, it's a funny one. Like, honestly though, what a shit life to lead. Like, they make it look like, I would hate to be that much in the spotlight because it looks terrible. Imagine not being able to go anywhere, having people rip from you. He's had one line in it where he goes, he says, I think, I have a couple of friends, I think, because, and he goes, I don't know why people, like, I don't really know who I can trust. I don't know what people's incentive is to hang out with me, whether it's because they actually are my friend or whether they want something from me. And I'm like, this is a 23-year-old Robbie Williams saying this. I'm like, that is such a scary life. Anyway,
that's horrible.
It's just, get into it.
We could talk for hours about it.
I know, but hopefully, I still love Robbie, but I'm hoping that it gets lighter and there's a light at the end of the tunnel, because at the moment it's pretty dark.
I will watch by the end of the week and I'll give you my views on it.
Yeah, let me know. We'll get into the tag list.
Done. Every week we do our tag list.
We do. So
let's go first this week.
I'll go first. Yeah, because when you're the best, you get tagged. Mm-hmm. I am tagging Richmond Bowls Club for hosting the Pies Girls on Friday afternoon. In particular, this one legend called Jingles. He runs the show at the Richmond Bowls Club, and he is an absolute legend. There's cheap drinks at the bar. Mm-hmm. They gave us the whole lawn. They're like, girls, just
works well for Nell Morris Dalton.
It worked exactly. I'm not even sure if they do espresso martinis there, but it was they're great. And they go, girls, stay as long as you want. You know, like, they didn't close it or kick us out or anything like that. They were brilliant. They were like, they'll look after you. He was just a legend. He was such a laugh. And I think it's people like that in the community that make nights like that just so much fun. So Jingles, you're an absolute ripper. Richmond Bowls Club. What about you?
Love that. I'm a little bit left field and I'm going Jackalope. Have you heard of Jackalope?
No.
Okay. Jackalope is down on the Mornington Peninsula. As I mentioned last week was Alba. This week is Jackalope. Fine dining. Jackalope, Doot, and Rare Hair. It's one big winery.
Okay.
They have accommodation at the winery.
Did you stay there?
Yes. But now, so if you haven't been, go and have a little look at it. It is very expensive, but highly worth it.
Okay, so let's just pause, because I'm talking about a bowls club and you're talking about this fancy winery down the peninsula, and I think this is just a really good moment to reflect on. This accurately sums up the two of our personalities. I think the girl, let's throw it back to episode 1 where we spoke about my first car being a 98 Hilux that I didn't even own. It was my brother's. And what was yours again?
No, it was my dad's Mercedes.
Yes, that's it. But I think this is just a perfect moment to reflect and just go, this is the most Sarah Hosking tag ever.
It is. Well, I did drive down in my Range Rover and parked out the front, stayed at Jackalope. I need to give them a shout out because it was, I wouldn't say overpriced, because what you are paying for is what you get. Now, you know when you turn up, you're in a room, they had free popcorn and free choc top. So you could order as many of them as you wanted.
I'm sold
all day.
For the $50,000 it costs for the weekend. I'm sold.
They had a nice little infinity pool overlooking the vineyard. There was a nice little bougie restaurant. It's a hatted restaurant, so that's one of them. You could go there. Then
a hatted restaurant?
Hatted restaurant? You
have to wear a hat in there?
No.
What's a hatted restaurant? Hats only. If you're not wearing a hat, get the hell out.
I'm not even going to tell you what it is. You can Google it and come back.
Hats only. Bring your fascinator or get the hell out of here.
Do you actually not know what I had? Okay, good. That's made my day. Mic drop there. We're done. Do your research and come back. Please do. Can you let Ruby know that she's coming with her hat on next week?
I'm going to wear my hat I wore for me races last episode. The lampshade. Oh,
was
my
it lampshade or the rotating hair?
Anyway, that's us.
That's my tag
done.
today.
Okay, well, good on you, Jackalope. I'll wear my hat down when I come visit. Well, anyway, that's us done. Make sure if you enjoyed the episode, like, subscribe, recommend to a friend, DM us anything you want us to chat about. I'm actually crying. I'm honestly crying. But no, tune in next week and
we'll be back better than ever again.
We're going to be so refreshed once again, you know. But no, tune in next week. Come listen to us. I'm going to go work out what hatted means. Catch you later.